Windham. Welcome back to our podcast. This is the Windham Voyager, and my name is Natalie Gendrasco, and I'm the host and communications director for the Windham School District. This podcast invites the public in to hear directly from our leading experts in different areas in public education. I also wanted to mention that this podcast was created in collaboration with our digital media teacher. She will be in charge of recording and editing this podcast. Thank you so much for your help. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Windham Voyager. Today we are focusing in on school safety, specifically at Golden Brook School. With me for this conversation, I have Mr. Hunt, who's our principal at Golden Brook School. We also have Mr. O'Laughlin, who is a new position to our district this year. He is our new School Marshal. Thank you guys for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much.
So, Mr. O'Laughlin, why don't we get started with you, and why don't you just start by telling us a little bit about your background and then about your new position?
Sure. Hi, everybody. My name is Phil O'Laughlin. I retired from the Windham Police Department after 15 years last Christmas, and I started with the school district in September of this year. Back when I was a police officer, I did spend 5 years as a school resource officer, and I really, really loved the job. I love working with the staff and the students, and especially working with parents and having time just to chat with them and kind of tell them what I did. And now in my new position, I deal with district safety, which has a lot to do with training our staff and training our students, and even spending time with parents, making sure that they understand how I'm working with their kids.
Right. And I want to clarify, although we are talking about specifically Golden Brook, and one of the safety components that we use for the smaller kids, Mr. O'Loughlin's position is district-wide. So he goes across all schools, as well as the SAU office. He comes to visit the SAU office too, to just make sure that we're following drills and making sure that we're doing what we need to do from an SAU perspective.
Correct, yes.
Mr. Hunt, talk to me about, in 1 year, how many drills do you run in a year?
We do 10 drills. Mm-hmm. We have to do 10. We do 6 fire drills and then 4 safety drills.
Okay.
But we tend to do a couple more each year just to make sure that it's more of a muscle memory, so if there's a situation comes up, and the kids can just react naturally.
Right. So when we're talking about the safety drills, give me an example of what a safety drill might look like.
A lockdown drill.
Mm-hmm.
We use for if there's an emergency within the building.
Yep.
We can hit the panic button. All the kids and staff know to shut the door, lock the door. All doors are locked at all times anyway, so we have a magnet. They just remove the magnet. Doors are locked, and then it's absolutely silent in this building.
Locks, lights, out of sight.
That's right.
That's it.
I love when you say that, Phil, because I think the analogy for when I grew up of stop, drop, and roll is kind of the same mentality that we're trying to do with that. So I appreciate you when you
has a little ring to it too.
It does. It's always good to have a nice.
And the staff appreciates that, and they can just repeat it to the students during the drill.
Right. Now, Mr. O'Laughlin, when we started the I Love You Guys Foundation, was that when you started as the SRO?
So I want to say it was my second year in the schools. One of the things that in talking with teachers, we used to have 8 emergency responses, and it was a lot for the teachers to remember.
Yeah.
So I was just looking for a way to simplify the process for the teachers as well as the students, just to make it easier for everybody.
Right.
And I found the I Love You Guys program, which is based out of Colorado, and they have 5 emergency responses, which I know Mr. Hunt is going to talk about, which are the 5 standard response protocols.
Right. Mr. Hunt, do you mind walking us through what those 5 standard response protocols are? I will say, I think, to your point, less is more, especially in an emergency situation. I think you're always trying to make sure that the instructions are clear so people aren't fumbling, because everyone knows in an emergency, your brain sort of just short circuits for that minute. So it's good for our staff to have less to
100% agree. It's very clear, simple language that everybody understands.
Yep.
So the 5 standard response protocols, we have a hold. That's if there's somebody within the building that's angry or upset, or if a student that just needs extra time in the hallway, we can call a hold. That just means all doors are shut and the teaching continues.
Correct. Yep.
And then secure, that's another way we can say it is reverse evacuation, where if there's a wild turkey outside at recess and we need all the students come in, we can call a secure or reverse evacuation, and the students come in, make sure all doors are locked and nobody comes in and out of the building, and the day just goes on as normal. Then there's our lockdown, and then evacuate. Well, that means if we have to go to a different building, if we have no water.
Right, we had that situation happen
Or
this
a
year.
different location within our school.
Or a different location within our school. If there's a situation, or if, again, no water, we can go to the high school like we did. It's just moving to a different one. Or shelter, if there's a
Weather-related.
Weather.
It's usually weather-related, or if we had some sort of a hazardous material spill.
Right.
Yep. Outside, we just stay, doors locked, everybody stays inside, and we continue the day as normal.
Okay.
And we go over this with the students nonstop. The teachers do a fabulous job practicing them
They do.
on their own. We take pride in teaching the teachers on these standard response protocols, because number one is safety. If the kids don't feel safe, or if the parents don't feel that the kids are safe, the learning won't happen.
Agreed.
We really need to make sure that the school is safe for the students and the security for the parents as well.
Natalie, I'd like to point out Mr. Hunt has been great. I asked him to send out an email to his entire staff if they have any questions on the standard response protocol, anything at all, that they should either email him or myself. And I personally have gone to teachers' classrooms to help answer questions that they may have.
Right.
So I'm always available to the staff and the students if they ever have any questions about where the hard corner is in their room, or can you tell me more about this particular lockdown or secure campus. And we're always happy to train either individually or as a group.
Right, absolutely.
And we do a lot of training as a whole school, periodically throughout the year.
Yep.
Because if we just do it once at the beginning of the year, if something happens towards the end, I want to make sure that the staff and students are prepared.
Yeah, and I know through the leadership of Dr. Haggerty, last year our entire district went through a full reunification, which is we went through each building and kind of went through a mock reunification and how each of those roles would take. So if you're receiving kids, if you are sending kids, and I thought that was so beneficial for our staff to see.
The staff loved it. It really helped them see the whole process after a lockdown, or if we have to leave the building, we saw how it would work in a real life situation. Not only did we do that day, but we also talked about Stop the Bleed, and the PD and fire department came in for extra training as well for our staff, which was phenomenal. And Dr. Haggerty did a great job setting that all up and running the whole show.
And thank you for bringing that up, because I will say, I think the ability to partner with our community partners, so the fire and the police department, has been instrumental in just making sure that we are aligned from an emergency perspective. So we have a team of leaders from every building that meet on a monthly basis, our emergency management meetings, and that includes all of the leaders from the building. The SAU office is represented. It's led by Dr. Haggerty, our assistant superintendent. Mr. O'Laughlin also attends. Our SRO also attends, and we have representation from the police department as well as the fire department. So we just meet monthly to make sure that, again, we are doing everything that we need to do to keep our building safe. If there is a situation that comes up, we like to kind of round table that to kind of talk about what went well, what didn't go well, and areas of improvement. So I always feel like those meetings are super beneficial.
Absolutely, and the relationship that we have with both the Windham PD and the fire department is amazing. The communication that I can call at any point and say, hey, Chief Brady, I need to do a fire drill. Can you come down? Can you help me out with this? Is this the best situation that we can do? Or even any of the police officers come by and they walk the building constantly, and not only do I like that, but the students love seeing them walk the building as well. And just adds another layer of security for us.
And going back to the lockdown drill, the police department, they come and participate in that lockdown drill. So it's wonderful where We have our staff and our students and our administrators. They all know what to do within the building, but there's another side to it that no one sees, which is the police department's role, which is responding to an actual lockdown and being able to come in and do their job within the school. And since we're talking about drills, the wonderful part about drills is drills are not always perfect, but that's why we do drills.
That's right.
So we can see where our opportunities are and we can fix those opportunities. And just a quick shout out to our facilities people,
Yes.
Mr. Hanulik. He has been so supportive, as well as Dr. Haggerty. They've been very, very supportive in my role. And when I point out opportunities, they immediately get fixed.
Right.
So big thank you to them.
Yeah. And as we're talking about lockdowns, we try to help the students understand what a lockdown is and what it looks like. So we have been reading a book called I'm Not Scared, I'm Prepared, because I know about Alice. I know we do I Love You Guys, but this Alice book really brings it down to the students' levels. And this book is by Julia Cook. It just is a great way for us to introduce to our kindergarten, to our younger students, what it would look like if we actually had a lockdown drill. So we've been reading this for the past 4 or 5 years because of Officer Phil, who brought it to us at the time when he was our SRO.
Awesome. And we're actually going to have Mr. O'Laughlin and Mr. Hunt read this book. Before we get into that, Mr. O'Laughlin, what would you say are your kind of goals for this year?
So really, I have a couple of goals. One of them is just continue to work with our community, work with our parents, and just keep that relationship open so we can have open and honest conversations. We just had a safety night recently where we had a bunch of parents come to the high school, and we had a great conversation about safety in our district and kind of where we're at.
Right.
My second goal is going to be the ongoing successful training of our students and staff, and shout out to Mr. Hunt and all the principals. Really, they've been very supportive of me, where I can have conversations and say, maybe we need to do more of this particular drill because it didn't go as well as I had hoped. Not to say it went bad, just to say, this is an area we can improve, and
How can we get better?
Right.
how do we get better? And just keep moving forward. And I think the muscle memory just makes everybody more secure and confident
Agreed.
in what they would actually do if we did have an emergency.
That's right. Yep.
Just like a fire drill.
Yeah.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Yep. Awesome. Well, if you have any questions, Mr. O'Laughlin, who can they reach out to?
They can reach out to Mr. Hunt,
Absolutely.
any one of the principals,
Okay.
Dr. Haggerty,
And
whoever.
yourself.
Myself, 100%.
So, Mr. O'Laughlin, before we get into the book here, do you mind just kind of giving us a little bit of background on the story and what the story's about?
Sure. As Mr. Hunt said, this book is specifically designed for our younger students, pre-K through 4, and it really has to do with the shepherd, who is our teacher, the sheep, who are our students, and the wolf, who's the bad guy.
Right.
And the sheep listen to what the shepherd tells them to do in any emergency situation.
Right. Okay. All right. Take it away, guys.
I am not scared, I'm prepared, because I know all about Alice. Written by Julia Cook. I am an ant. I go to school that's up the hill. That's why they call it the Ant Hill School. My teacher's the best. She cares about every single ant in my class. She always says, the very best gifts that I can give to each and every one of you are the gifts of being prepared for everything. But sometimes I think she gives out way too many gifts.
My teacher never wants anything bad to happen to us. So she's always trying to figure out the best ways to keep us safe. Look both ways twice before you cross, and always watch where you're going. Make sure your hands are germ-free before you eat lunch. Please walk in the hallway, don't run, and watch where you're going. Try to remember not to lean back in your chair. We even have safety drills that we practice. There's the fire drill, so we'll be prepared and know what to do if we ever have a fire. There's the bad weather drill, so we'll be prepared and know what to do if we ever have bad weather. And today, my teacher taught us a new drill. It's called the sheep, the shepherd, and the wolf drill. This is the drill that teaches us what to do if there is ever a dangerous someone inside our school that isn't supposed to be there.
Great plan of action. Alice. Class, my teacher said to us, we need to learn a new drill. It's called the sheep, the shepherd, and the wolf. So get ready. Here's the deal. I'll be your shepherd, and you're all my sheep. So you must do what I say. Pretend there's a wolf in our building, and we must stay out of his way. When we need a great plan of action in case we start to get scared, the Alice plan will work the best to help us be prepared. A stands for alert. There's a wolf in the building. L says we need to lock down. I says inform, because we must tell others if we've seen the wolf around. C stand for counter. If the wolf sees us, we must do things to ruin his day. E stands for evacuate, which means leave the building and run away. But where do we run? And when do we stop? I asked. Excellent question, my teacher said. Let's all take a walk and I'll show you.
See this great big tree that's 2 blocks away from school? You need to run until you get to this tree, and then you will need to stop. This will be our special meeting place. We all walked back to our classroom and sat in our seats, and then my teacher said, sheep, shepherd, wolf is an important drill, but there's no reason for you to feel scared. You have me for a teacher, and I'll make sure that you are prepared. Here's how it works. When I give you the signal for sheep, shepherd, wolf, stop, look, and listen to me. When I give you directions, don't ask me why, just get to where you're supposed to be. I am your shepherd, and you are my sheep, and you need to do what I say. There's a wolf in the building, a dangerous someone, and we need to stay out of his way.
If we need to go into lockdown, we get quiet and stay out of sight. But we don't try to hide in the closet or squish together too close and tight. We need to be ready to move and spread out, so don't all stand in a clump. Have enough space to move your arms in a circle and get your legs ready to jump. We must do what we can to inform the others by telling them all that we know. Then look around and find something to hold onto, something that is easy to throw. A shoe from a cubby, a block of wood, or maybe even a TV remote, a paperback book, a video game, or even a plastic goat.
If the wolf gets into our classroom, we'll know just what to do. Make noise, run around, and throw our somethings at the wolf, and then we'll run right through the door and down the hallway, but don't run in a straight line. Run in a funny zigzaggy way, and make strange noises the whole time. You want us to run in the hallway, I asked? It's always okay to run in the halls when you are practicing the sheep, shepherd, wolf drill. But
make sure you are careful when you run zigzaggy and don't run into each other. Instead, keep an eye out for those around you and try to help one another. Wave your hands in the air and act kind of strange. Then outside the door we will go. Then run and run as fast as you can till we get to the tree that we know. Don't wait for me to run to the tree. Just do what you already know. Run and run as fast as you can. Get ready, get set, go! You might run faster than I do, and you might beat me to the tree, but that's okay, because you did what I said, and I know that you listened to me.
There may be other times during lockdown when we don't stay in our classroom and wait. I may help you climb out the first floor window, then run to the tree. That's so great. You just never know when we play sheep, shepherd, wolf, what your instructions are going to be. You must remember to stop, look, and listen, because we'll need to move quickly. Now let's practice. I've asked our custodian, Mr. Olson, to be the wolf. I even have a wolf outfit for Mr. Olson to wear.
Our teacher gave us the signal for the sheep, the shepherd, and the wolf drill, and we stopped, looked, and listened, and then did exactly what she told us to do. First, she helped all of us climb out of the window. Then we ran as fast as we could until we got to the great big tree that was 2 blocks away. Then we stopped. I ran so fast that I could beat my teacher to the tree. Then we all walked back to school, went back into our classrooms, and practiced some more.
She gave us the sheep, shepherd, wolf signal again, and we stopped, looked, and listened, and then did exactly what she told us to do. Our teacher locked the door, then we all helped her push the tables in front of the door. She tied one of the table legs to the doorknob with a jump rope and put a belt around the arm thingy at the top. We all quietly grabbed our somethings, spread out, and stayed out of sight. My something was a plastic camel. I couldn't find the goat.
Mr. Olson somehow figured out how to get into our classroom, but when he opened the door, we were ready for him. We all jumped up quickly, but instead of throwing our somethings at Mr. Olson, we threw wadded up paper balls at him. They don't hurt as much when they hit you. And like my teacher always says, safety drills are supposed to help us not hurt us. We made it through the doorway and ran zigzaggy down the hall, waving our arms in the air and making really strange noises. We were super careful not to run into each other.
Then we ran outside and kept running as fast as we could until we got to the great big huge tree. And then we stopped. This time, almost everybody beat my teacher. When she made it to the tree, she gave us all a big hug and told us that we were the best listeners ever. We must remember to stop, look, and listen whenever we have a drill. Sheep always do what the shepherd says, regardless of how they feel. My teacher gave us a great gift today, and she taught us how not to be scared. There are wolves in our world, but we know what to do, and now we are prepared.
When I got home from school today, my mom asked what I did, so I told her the truth. I learned all about Alice, climbed out of a window, and ran to a great big tree twice. I threw paper wad balls at Mr. Olson, and I wasn't supposed to be nice. I ran zigzaggy down the hallway and made strange noises with my hands in the air. I did all these things at school today. Mom and my principal didn't even care. You did what? So then I told my mom what really happened. Alice. A stands for alert. There's a wolf in the building. L says we need to lock down. I says inform, because we must tell others if we've seen a wolf around. C stands for counter. If the wolf sees us, we must do things to ruin his day. E stands for evacuate.
which means leave the building and run away.
We hope you enjoyed today's topic. We want your feedback. If you have any questions or are interested in different topics we discuss here on the Windham Voyager podcast, please email me at podcast@windhamsd.org. For the Windham Voyager, my name is Natalie Gendrasco, and we will see you next time. Thanks again for taking this voyage with me.